what supplements do I take? All right, so it's a question I get all the time. What supplements do I take, or what does this supplement do, or which one's better? And to be honest with you, as you can see, this is just a fraction of the supplements that you could take. So, you know, unless you have endless funds, you're not going to be able to take everything. So I'm going to tell you what each one does. I'll recommend what I think you should do, when to take it, or how much to take. If I don't go into as much detail about each one of the products as you may like, or you have another question about a product, you know, don't be afraid to ask. Comment on the Facebook, YouTube. If you know me personally and you see me around in the gym, because I get this question from a lot of people in the gym all the time. Don't be afraid to ask, and I'll go into more detail or answer any more questions that you may have about supplements. So let's get started. The first thing, let's see. This is RSP's multivitamin. It's BioVite. No matter how well someone eats, it's going to be really hard to get all the nutrients and minerals that you need from just food. So this helps assure that you get those essential vitamins, essential minerals. I would say that this one, honestly, if you're going to look into supplements, first of all, your diet's got to be on point, because none of these are going to do the job for replacing your diet. So your diet's got to be number one. Second, I think a good multivitamin should be second. All right? Get all the stuff that you can't get from food from there. Now, number two, a lot of protein. A lot of people don't get enough protein in, or they're not big eaters. They can't, or let's say for breakfast, they're not big eaters in the morning. They don't want to cook something. They're in a hurry. A protein shake is something that's very quick and very easy that you can get in, and make sure that you meet your protein intake for the day. Or let's say somebody that you're trying to gain weight, you're trying to make sure you add some good muscle, and you can't eat enough protein, and then this will help you get those protein numbers up a little bit. All right, so that's what whey protein does. Don't use it as, and even for females when you're trying to lose weight, don't use it as just to eat what you normally eat and then add protein in as well. That's just going to make calories go up. Use this as a supplement or a replacement shake for food, so that your calories don't just climb, but you're just having this instead of unhealthy snacking. All right, so there. Those two, let's put them over here, the ones that we knock out. These two, I would say, are 1 and 2. If you're going to start the supplement game, these are 1 and 2. A good multivitamin and a protein. Third, fish oil. All right? A lot of doctors recommend this before a multivitamin, even. What you want to look at when you're looking at fish oil is you want to look at the EPA and DHA. You want those levels to be high, okay? Those are actually... It's like a ghost right there. The air popped on and the door closed. It was weird. All right, so where was that? All right, so fish oil. It helps with connective tissue. Things like skin, hair, eyes, nails, stuff like that. Not only does it do that, but it helps with triglyceride levels. So fish oil, that would be number 3. Now, if let's say you're not really into, as bad as this may sound, I'm not worried about my triglyceride levels or my connective tissue in my brain and stuff like that. I'm not worried about my brain. All right? Then you don't want to get the fish oil. You're more interested in the sports side of supplements. So for that, let's see. I would recommend, let's say for strength, okay? Strength gains, creatine. All right? Creatine's been around for a long time. There's been different studies to show how much should you take. There used to be this thing when it first came out that you did this loading phase. Guys are taking like 20, 25 grams at a time for the first 3 or 4 days, and they were getting terrible stomach aches, okay? They have shown now that too much creatine can turn into a poison called creatinine in your blood. So I never really go over, I would say 5 to 10 grams. Me personally, I'm 170 pounds currently. I take around 6 grams of creatine a day, and that's it. So you think about it, when these guys were taking 20, 25, starting out, that's a considerable more amount than just 6 grams, and they were having upset stomachs, bloated feeling. That's where it kind of got a bad rep from creatine retains too much water. Let me tell you what, creatine pulls water into the muscle cell. That's where you want it, okay? Your muscles are majority water anyway. That's what gives them that fullness, and actually the more water that's in there, the tighter and harder they're going to feel. Guys that hear this thing talk about you're flat, I'm not getting pumped up, chances are you might even be dehydrated or lack of good nutrition anyway. So creatine is going to help pull water into the muscle cell, and it's going to allow for strength increase or performance enhanced that way, such as, and it's not going to be anything crazy noticeable. If you've been lifting for a while and you haven't been supplementing with creatine, and then you put it in, you're more likely to notice rather than someone that's just first starting out and they go ahead and jump on creatine from the beginning. But example, let's just say I can do 225 on the bench press for 8 reps with creatine. Hypothetically, maybe I can get 10 to 12 reps. So it doesn't sound like a huge increase, but when you stack those up into sets, then those numbers keep rising. So after 4 sets, you can do 4 more reps. Now you've done 16 more reps. So you've essentially done 2 more sets in your normal workout by supplementing with creatine. So that's what it does. And the difference here in Create and just straight creatine monohydrate is this is nothing but creatine monohydrate. 1 serving is 5 grams. And this one gives you 4 grams of creatine plus other things that help with blood flow and the shuttle of nutrients to the muscle cells. So there's all different types of products out there, but that's how those two work. All right, so we'll set those over here. All right, and then pre-workout. Sometimes these have creatine in them as well. Some more than others. You just got to read labels. And that's where you can do a good job of maybe getting one product that has a little bit of this and a little bit of BCAAs, which we'll talk about in a second, in them. So you're almost getting a 3-in-1 deal. If you want to supplement with more, then you can take the 5 grams there, and then maybe this has 2 grams, so you're getting 7 for the day. All right, so pre-workouts, they're going to give you that extra boost, and each one is different as far as how much caffeine's in them. I believe Fast Fuel has somewhere around 100 to 200 grams of caffeine per serving, so it's more mild on the pre-workout side of things. And then Dino, which has 400 milligrams per serving. Now, if you have never taken a pre-workout before, but you want some more intensity in your workouts, I would recommend going with something like Fast Fuel first, because you're not going to need something as intense as Dino starting off, because you will build up a tolerance to pre-workouts, caffeine in general. So it's good to start with the lower end first and then work your way to the higher end, and then maybe sometimes cycle off so that your body can come back to a homeostasis and then reintroduce the pre-workout back in, and then it's more effective. All right, so that's how those two work, and that's how pre-workouts work in general. Each one will have different things for, like this one has citrulline and arginine. Those two things help with blood flow. You hear about guys talking about the pump, like we said before. It helps increase that. It helps increase the blood flow to the muscle. Fast Fuel doesn't have as much of that, but like I said, this is a good starter or a good everyday boost if you need that. Pick me up. Dino, once again, more intense. Maybe something for a leg day or a heavy back day, something like that. Deadlifts. You want to get hyped up for that. Take some Dino. All right. Now, this is for later. Regen. Regen is RSP's version. They also have a Regen BCAA, which has a little bit more BCAAs. What is BCAAs? It's branched chain amino acids. Okay, these help with help prevent the breakdown of muscle. They help with immunity, and they're an overall muscle support. We take these, myself, and I have my competitors take them when we're dieting. You can take them all the time, and that's what makes up protein. But we take them, let's say if you didn't buy it all the time and you wanted one time to buy it, when you're strict dieting and you're trying to drop some body fat but you want to hold on to as much muscle as possible, BCAAs will help you do that. All right, so once again, branched chain amino acids is what BCAA stands for. The 3 are leucine, isoleucine, and valine. All right, and then Regen, which is RSP's supplement, they have some things for blood flow on top of the BCAAs. They have glutamine, which we'll get to right now, here in a second, actually, in here also. So you kind of get a 3-in-1 there. You get something for the pump, you get the BCAAs to prevent the muscle breakdown, and then you're going to get some glutamine, which helps in muscle recovery. All right, so the 2 different products that RSP has here, just straight glutamine for the muscle recovery. Some studies show that it helps with muscle soreness, and that's kind of what people supplement, or the idea in mind is to help with the muscle soreness is what glutamine is for. Now, Glutagen has glutamine on top of other things as well. You get some good B vitamins in there. And it's also got some herbal things for recovery to help out on the recovery. So it's kind of a 2-in-1 instead of just taking just glutamine. But this one per serving is going to have more glutamine in it. This one is 5 grams of glutamine for a scoop, and this one is going to give you a blend of some BCAAs, which is here, and some glutamine of 6 grams. So you're not quite getting It's not going to tell you exactly. That's how blends work, but it's not going to tell you exactly how much glutamine you're getting. So if you're one of those people that you really want to know, or you just want to supplement with glutamine, go with just that. If you want a little bit of both, you can take glutagen. All right, now fat loss. Fat loss. These are the 3 that I take myself, and I have my competitors take when we're cutting. All right, so there's a million fat burners out there. Well, there's probably not a million, but it feels like it. There's a lot. There's a lot of fat burners. One person's going to tell you this one's better than the other, so on and so forth. Why do I like quadriline? Okay, quadriline is a non-stimulant based fat burner. I like to take my pre-workout. Okay, so I don't want to take a stim-based fat burner and then take a pre-workout. I also drink 1 cup of coffee in the morning, and that's just too much caffeine. I'm not trying to have a heart attack. All right, so I like this. It's non-stimulant based. There's only 4 ingredients: CLA, L-carnitine, raspberry ketones, and Garcinia cambogia. So what do those 4 ingredients do? We'll talk about them right now. CLA is here. CLA helps with, studies are trying to say that it helps shrink fat cells or reduce the amount of fat cells in the body. I just know that I've been taking it for every single prep that I've ever done, and I do notice a difference in the effectiveness or how quickly I lose body fat. Or when I get to my end result of my competition prep, I'm much leaner as than before when I tried to just lose weight and lose body fat without it. So then the L-carnitine. L-carnitine is known to help you use, and CLA does this too, help you use fat more efficiently as an energy source. Your body wants to try to use what you just ate or the carbohydrates that you just ate first. So this kind of helps put fat in the forefront, kind of shuttles them fat cells into the bloodstream, and it's ready for you to burn them up. So I recommend taking this pre-workout with your pre-workout meal, so that the carbohydrates help shuttle it to the into the muscles and into the body, and so it increases the absorption. And then it's up to you to put in the work at the gym. CLA I take 3 times a day. I take 3 grams when I'm trying to drop body fat, 3 grams a day, or 1,000 milligrams, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. CLA is a little bit more, L-carnitine is a little bit more expensive, so I just take it 1 time before I work out. I would like to take a gram. So in this one, there's 60 capsules. 1 capsule is going to give you 500 milligrams, so I take 2 to get me to that gram before I work out. So those are 2 of the ingredients. Now, raspberry ketones is also known to help with the reduction of body fat, and it's kind of goes along, helps work well with these 2. Garcinia cambogia has been known as an appetite suppressor and to create that feel-good feeling. All right, so those are the 4 ingredients in there. They're both very effective, or they're all 4 effective. And you see a lot of fat burners have so many additives in there. This one's straight cut to the chase, 4 ingredients. And then here, Agmagen. We've been talking about the pump throughout this video. That's what Agmagen's for. It's just straight agmatine sulfate, which helps with blood flow and pumping up the muscle. So this is something that you could stack on top of fast fuel, or on top of a pre-workout that doesn't have as much things for the pump or blood flow in it. And if you really want to go after that pump and Dino is not enough for you, you can stack it with Dino too. Or you can take it on its own and just see how it works by itself. Another thing that I do take, I don't really talk about this one very much, but I've been taking ZM. This is Z Elite. This is RSP Nutrition's ZMA formula. ZMAs are zinc, magnesium, and vitamin B6. This one also has some melatonin in it as well as vitamin D to help with absorption. The melatonin helps you to stay relaxed and kind of releases that time to go to bed hormone, serotonin. I don't want to be wrong on that, but I think it's serotonin that makes you fall asleep. Maybe, I don't know. I might be wrong on that one. It's a one take, guys. Come on, cut me some slack. Anyway, ZMAs. Zinc's been known to help increase natural testosterone productions, magnesium for the muscle relaxation, vitamin B6 to help shuttle the nutrients, and once again, melatonin to help you fall asleep and stay asleep. All right, so those are supplements. It's kind of a bottomless pit. Like I said, you can spend your money so many places. I hope this kind of helped clear up what you might want to take if you had to pick and choose. And like I said, if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask, guys. I appreciate your time. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and anything else you need, I'm here to help. Appreciate it.